Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing and comparing two different LEGO Batman sets. On the left we have the Batmobile from 1989, which was just released here in 2019. And on the right we have the Batman Tumbler, which was featured in the Dark Knight Trilogy. Both of these sets are extremely awesome and I'm super happy to own both of them. Actually, in fact, the Batman Tumbler was the second LEGO set that I ever bought as an A-full. The Tumbler is a LEGO set that was issued actually in 2014 and is now retired. It is official LEGO set 76023, consisting of 1,869 pieces. Whereas the 1989 Batmobile was just issued here in the tail end of 2019, is official LEGO set 76139 and consists of far more pieces, 3,306. Both are actually pretty similar in size and in scale. For example, when we compare both sets side by side, they look very similar in size. The Batman Tumbler is 5 inches or 15 centimeters tall, 15 inches or 40 centimeters long, and 9 inches or 24 centimeters wide. Whereas the newer one here from the featured in the 1989 films and released in 2019 is 4 inches tall or 12 centimeters and 23 inches long or 60 centimeters and 8 inches wide or 22 centimeters. I haven't done the exact volume sort of sizing on both of them, but when you look at them, even though there's way more pieces in the 1989 version, they look volume-wise approximately the same size. Both sets come with a Batman and a Joker. The Tumbler features the characters found in the Dark Knight Trilogy, so of course we have Christian Bale Batman, and on the right we have Heath Ledger. Both of them come with the specifications and the plaque card. You can see all the different specifications of the Batman Tumbler here. And over here we actually get 3 minifigures with the 1989 version. We have Jack Nicholson playing the Joker, and then we have Michael Keaton playing Batman. Now, one thing I will say is that this Batman minifigure is probably one of the best Batman minifigures ever issued, because it has like this rubberized cape, which is just issued in November of 2019. I'm not sure if they're going to continue issuing more rubberized capes in the future Batman minifigures. And they both come with the nice stand to host these minifigures. This thing has like some stuff on the side there. I'm not quite sure what those are. Some little sculptures on either side of the minifigures. And this one just has a nice stand that features the plaque and the minifigures, whereas the stand for the 1989 Batmobile is actually attached to the rotating stand that the Batmobile sits on. And this will rotate, which is actually quite a nice feature. I do like that, just so it's easy to see different angles of your Batmobile while it's on display, or you can rotate it while it's on display. So that's a really nice feature, whereas the Batman Tumbler does not do that. In order to rotate it, you have to actually pick it up and rotate it around. And as you can see, there's lots of different small pieces and pieces that can move and sort of be removed from this thing. So when you do pick it up, it can be a little bit fragile and a little bit risky, to say the least. So let's continue this comparison by having a closer look at the Batman Tumbler. One thing that is pretty evident, which is pretty awesome on these LEGO sets, is the big rubberized tires. You can see 2 of them at the front here, and then you can see these monster rubberized tires at the back, which is pretty cool. And then on the back here, you also can see some sort of rugged suspension there, and you can also see some sort of gauges on the back here, and that's just right above the turbine exhaust, I guess, the turbine exhaust, yeah. And these are these movable parts that I was talking about. Like these wings, they move. They're on hinges. Well, maybe not hinges, but all of these little wings on the back here do move, which is pretty neat. And they're enhanced by those sort of gold-looking colors, along with some gold-looking colors here. This thing is really well sculpted using different plate work. It really represents the shape of the Batman Tumbler found in the Dark Knight series. I really do like it. Looking at the front windscreens, you do use some of those, I think they're 6x6 glass panels, and you can see they've actually added some window wipers to those panels as well. This does have a very detailed interior. That interior can be seen by just lifting out these panels right here, and it's an oversized interior. Of course, the cockpit is quite large. But there's lots of great details inside there. You can see the huge seats. Minifigs will swim in those seats, but very good detail. With this scale, we were able to capture everything you need. And in fact, you'll see when we look at the other interior, I think that this interior in the Batman Tumbler actually has a lot more than the one from 1989. There is quite a few different sticker pieces you can see inside there. This little gauge here will move. And this steering wheel, oh, can't turn, I guess. I just broke it. But it does have a little bit of a motion there. There's some side panels and computers on the side, on both sides. Even when you look through the windscreen here, you can see there are some more stickers elements in there that can rotate upward, like almost like computer screens. So the cockpit or the driver or Batman can use those and sort of flip in there, because it is quite an advanced interior. Technically, this thing in the movies can break down into the Bat bike, or I guess I should say Bat cycle. But either way, I am extremely impressed by this set. This was actually, like I was saying, one of my first sets that I got as an A-full, and what a great set to sort of introduce me or reintroduce me into the big world of LEGO, especially when it was from one of my favorite superhero movies at the time, and probably still is, definitely. Let's continue this comparison by having a closer look at the older yet newer LEGO set of the 1989 Batmobile, which was driven by Michael Keaton in the earlier Batman film starting in 1989. This thing is wicked. Super long, like I discussed in the dimensions of this thing. You got the engine in the front there. Really well sculpted. You can see some headlights in the front there. And just this thing really came together really well when we started building it. You got the big rubber tires there with the Batman logo. And these rubber tires here will move. They will turn from left to right. And when you turn those tires, the steering wheel in the interior of this thing will move as well. Like I was saying, you got the specifications plaque on the physical stand. Right down here, you can see some sort of exhaust piping or some piping in the metallic color or the very dark gray, the other color that Batman likes to build in. You can see some roller skate elements there to add some texture to the outside. And you can also see a grappling hook. And right here we have another big exhaust pipe coming out the side, along with another vent looking pieces there that sort of use like the airplane fins, and you put 4 or 5 of them together there to create a really nice effect on the side here. Nice rounded elements on the side as well. And then we look at this new cockpit. This cockpit features a new windscreen or new windshield that was introduced in this set, just like that rubberized bat cape for the Batman minifigure. This will just glide so smoothly. It's just so impressive how smoothly that glides open to reveal the detailed interior here. Once again, you have 2 big seats in dark bluish gray. You got a throttle there, along with some other stickered elements. And then we have a dash, a steering wheel. That steering wheel, like I said, will move when we move those tires. You can see it rotating a bit there as I turn the tires. And there's lots of different sticker elements in here to make a nice dash and detailed interior. However, like I was saying, I do think that the Batman Tumbler has a lot more spacious interior and also has more details and more sticker work in the inside. Also, I just think the Tumbler, like the outside of it, when we look at the outside of it out here, there's just so many more windows and whatnot. However, that just represents the actual model that was used in the Dark Knight Trilogy. And this one has the new windscreen. So both of them are very, very good at depicting the Batmobiles found in those films. Once again, some more big rubberized tires here. Take a look at the size of the wheel wells. Like the minifig is a little tiny guy inside that wheel well. So this thing is absolutely enormous. I love the sculpting of the bat wings on the back and these wheel wells. You can see how many little parts went into creating those wheel wells. Then we have the vents on the back here, really well done there. Just like how the movie portrays this Batmobile, or how the actual model does. And then we have the turbine exhaust at the back here, along with 4 other exhaust pipes in that nice metallic gray color, and then 4 sort of brake lights as well. It'll spin 360 on that stand so we can see the other side here. You will see some sticker pieces just to represent some other elements on the Batmobile, the matching details on the other side. And right here is a nice Technic element or design element here where you can pop these off. And when you pop those two off, I can rotate that turbine exhaust on the back, and the machine guns, forward-facing machine guns, will pop out. So that's pretty cool. That's something that the Batman Tumbler does not have. It does not have working Technic elements. For example, this one, you can steer the front tires and you can get those forward-facing machine guns to pop out, whereas the Batman Tumbler does not feature any Technic elements. However, this one does have quite a few more pieces. It has 3,306 pieces, where the Batman Tumbler has 1,869 pieces. So I think a lot of those pieces were used to create all these different details, and also the big Technic frame that this thing has consumes a lot of those pieces as well, especially to get those working components going, such as the tires and the forward-facing machine guns. Whereas this one, you just create the Technic frame and then you sort of cover it with a lot of plates. You can see it's covered with a lot of plates, whereas this one is covered with a lot more tile elements and individual bricks. So that's why there's so many more parts used in the 1989 compared to the Tumbler. It's not really a size thing, it's just a detail and the way that the body and the frame is covered. So in general, if you can't tell, I am a huge fan of both of these Lego sets. I'm a huge superhero fan, in particular Batman. Batman is probably the best, actually he is the best DC superhero in my opinion. Both have really great minifigures with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. Have some great features and really well sculpted that represent the Batmobiles found in all of those Batman DC Comics films. Really huge fan of both of these Lego sets. I really don't have a favorite, but I don't know. I don't know. What's your guys' favorite? Let me know by commenting below. I just wanted to show you guys these two different Lego Batmobiles from two different times in Lego and also in the cinematic universe of DC superheroes. If you guys have any questions, let me know by commenting below. Have yourselves a great day, and remember to subscribe for some more great stuff coming out here in the near future. Bye for now.